Showtime Extreme, it's more of what you need. More action. And every weeknight at 10, the best of Showtime sports.
With that body contact. Let me see you. Look. Nice body. Look at that. Nice body. All those motherfuckers. Look at them. Fucking everybody is a model. Eating fucking organic shit. All that shit. Salad. Yogurt. Everybody in this boca got nice body. Oh, I gotta eat a little banana because this shit give me fat. 160, 180. Fucking back up, fucking 220. What the fuck?
You can't play this game without some courage.
When we wear this uniform, we are family.
We are a completely different team this year.
We're trying to make things better.
We sweat, we bleed for one common goal, and that's to win.
That ball's gone!
No one ever said it was going to be easy.
Play hard, play right.
The course needs to have some adjustments. The bottom line is I want to put the best possible team on the field.
As the dust settles from a highly active trade period, the Marlins take stock of their revamped roster.
Let me ask you a question. How many players from the Marlins opening day lineup are still in the lineup on August 1st?
Oh, man, how many?
I mean, think about this. Three. Wow. I'm talking John Buck, Emilio Bonifacio, Jose Reyes. That's it.
We've traded away 5 of our 25-man roster. It's not what we had in mind to be doing on July 31st.
This isn't a house cleaning to save money. This is trying to make an underperforming baseball team perform better.
There's 8 different names on here that weren't on the opening day roster. It seems like there should be more.
If I told you back in April you had sky-high hopes and in August 1, our Marlins lineup would include Murphy, Dobbs, Peterson, Cousins, and Wade LeBlanc.
We are in trouble, man.
What has it been like for you to manage this year with all the roster changes and upheavals and having so many different personnel?
Very tough. That's the first time in a manager career I went through a sale. Is Jeffrey Loria coming to say I'm sorry? I like, I'm sorry. I'm the one should be told you I'm sorry. You know, it's our fault. It's my fault. I truly believe they're doing the right thing. Everybody struggle. And that's the reason we now have the guys that should be here.
This was not payroll stuff. This was about players underperforming, underachieving, and a team in total just not getting it done.
Lomo was hurt most of the year. Gavi was struggled very bad. Buck, wow. All those guys, they really don't play to all the potential. And that's the reason we may move and we may trade. Is the reason we are doing what we're doing right now.
While it will take time to assess the true value of Miami's front office maneuvers, one result is crystal clear. Jose Reyes is on fire.
And Reyes hits one in the air, deep to right field, at the wall, goodbye!
Jose right now is being himself. He's stealing bases, he's taking the extra base, and he's igniting us.
3-2 coming. Reyes lines in the gap, right center field. Venable's not going to get there. Bonifacio off to the races. Reyes around first. Stops there.
Looks like you're feeling pretty comfortable in that 3 spot.
Now everything's so good, you know, so like I say, whatever is best for the team, I'm going to do it.
Since taking over in the 3-hole for the recently traded Hanley Ramirez, Reyes is hitting over 400.
That's a base hit, and Reyes' hit streak is at 17.
The guy's locked in, and that's a great feeling. He's not thinking about anything. He's going out there and he's reacting.
Right field, down the line, and gone!
Do you know what your longest hitting streak is by any chance?
I think 20.
20?
I think so. Okay. Hopefully I can get more than that.
In tonight's game, it's really an interesting matchup. Wade LeBlanc comes out of the bullpen to make a start in what was the Carlos Zambrano spot in the rotation.
Good work.
Game 3 of this 4-game series as we tonight ring in the month of August.
My wife mentioned that they were possibly going to go eat sushi tonight, and she doesn't like sushi. I hope they got like hibachi or something. Yeah, I hope so. Some type of chicken. Something cooked. I wonder what they're going to talk about. The wives? Probably babies. Yeah, my baby is going too.
Okay, so he gave Mike some advice about changing diapers, and he said that he should change them, but not change them good enough.
When they have poopy diapers, don't clean them up really good. Just kind of so it, and then your wife will get mad. So I'll do it. Thank you.
So that I won't let Mike change the diapers. Like not, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like to make
Does
sure
he
like
do
he
that?
pees out of them or something.
That probably does happen.
No, when you, I'm telling you, when the guys are in the road, you need a little break.
You totally do.
Because you don't have another person helping you for a long time.
Have you guys been traded in the middle of the season before? Never in the middle of the season.
No, but every year that he was with the Padres, they talk about trading him every year. So I think I'm just used to it now. I think I'm just used to it. This time I was like, whatever. Yeah. It was like, whatever happens.
Not a lot of firepower in this Marlins lineup tonight. What little there is about to step into the batter's box right now. Jose Reyes.
Reyes is riding an 18-game hitting streak into this ball game tonight.
And he lines one into center field. It falls for a base hit, and Reyes has his hit. 19 straight for Reyes.
It is so much harder on us when we get traded than them. Like girls are.
They have something in common at least. Like they all play baseball, so they can at least like
Let's
relate.
be real. Guys walk in, they're like, "Oh, hey, man."
Yeah.
And then they play together, they're teammates. And then with girls, it's like you need to find something in common other than your husband playing baseball.
Right. And you don't know like how long some of the wives have already been together, and if there's already clicks or.
I can't believe we're winning. It's 4-1.
Vamonos! Murphy scores and Dobbs delivers.
Hey! Atta baby. One more. Midget fives.
That's a dirty stash, by the way.
Nothing dirty about it.
No, it's dirty.
It's perfect.
It's perfectly dirty.
It's dangerous. If Zambrano says it's dangerous, it's dangerous.
I wouldn't argue with them
I'm going
either.
with dangerous.
Yeah.
I wondered how long LeBlanc might go tonight in his first start. Well, the guy he replaced in the rotation, you see there already up and tossing. 21 games for him, and all but one is a starter.
Isn't it weird that Zambrano's in the bullpen now?
It's weird to see him every day.
Yeah.
The mere sight of pitcher Carlos Zambrano in the bullpen is quite an oddity. A career-long starter, Big Z's inconsistency finally forces Marlins brass to demote him.
This past month, he struggled with a lot of walks, and the walks are what's killing him, not hits. He's not getting hit around the ballpark. It's the walks, you know.
The Pirates have plated 3 runs without a base hit. And Carlos Zambrano, serious control problems.
Players have to understand when management and managers make move, not because we want to, just because we have to.
Big Z. Take him out of the rotation. What do you think? Let's put LeBlanc in. I don't want to give any more innings to Z. He's not pitching well. What do you think?
He's killing our pen.
All right. Yeah.
He ain't going to be happy. But if we have other objectives,
Then you got to deal with it.
then he's got to deal with it. And if he hasn't pitched well enough to stay in the rotation, that's the bottom line. And if we all agree, then that's it.
I don't have any problem with that.
All right.
Just have to
At all.
Ozzy, when you spoke to Carlos and told him about going to the bullpen, did he understand? Was he upset?
Kind of, he was disappointed. He was embarrassed.
¿Cómo estás, man? Vamos a decir que bien. Not used to the bullpen, man. Pitched yesterday. I practiced today. My arm is like. Physically, I'm prepared. Mentally, you know, that's the thing, you know, because it's hard for me to be, you know, on the bullpen. I've been a starting pitcher all my career. I'm here, you know, to pitch, you know, for this team and to do whatever, you know, and so they keep me in the bullpen. I have to, you know, get used to this role.
You good?
I'm okay. I will survive.
Carlos Zambrano is going to come on and pitch for Miami.
Come on, Zambrano.
He's not real thrilled about being out of the starting rotation, but his performance as a starter was so bad, the Marlins had no choice but to use him in relief.
I'm just eating all the raw stuff. Dan Ugla.
Here's Ugla. Hot shot, fair and down the left field line.
Oh, come on, guys.
Chipper will score. It's a 4-2 game.
All right, guys, 2 outs. 2 outs.
Fly ball left center field. Dobbs, though, is there, and that retires the side.
I honestly don't know how anybody makes contact like that when the pitch goes like that.
And the Braves will feast their eyes on big right-hander Heath Bell, formerly the Marlins closer.
It's hard to be under all of that attention, and Heath actually is way better at it than I am. I'm a wreck all the time. Like, I cannot be famous ever. Ever. I don't want to ever be.
Well, you get criticized. The smallest things, people are down your throat for the littlest things, and that's just part of being in the spotlight. That's their job. You know, you can't do anything about it. But I'm telling you, when it's not going well, people are on you. Oh, for sure.
And the Marlins now turn a 4-2 lead over to Heath Bell. Zambrano went an inning and 2/3 in this ball game, and now the right-hander Bell.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm like so nervous right now.
And the Marlins need Bell to get some big outs here in the 7th tonight.
And he just took care of Francisco with 94-mile-an-hour heat.
Oh, nice pitch.
Do you talk to him about how he pitches after the games or no? Like, do you talk about it after?
We do talk about it. This year's been different. It's just been really hard on him. It's hard to watch him struggle.
2-2 to Johnson, line to left. That's a base hit.
Oh, dang it.
It's all right. It's just one. Now I get a double play ball.
Now I need to go to the bathroom and listen on the radio.
If you go, take him.
He serves that ball to the right side.
Okay, that's one. That's one.
There are 2 out.
See? One more out.
You guys. You're like, see? It's fine. It's good.
It's easy to say that when it's not your husband.
Oh my gosh.
You're like, no big deal. It's no big deal.
Wozniacki does not want to let Jason Hayward face Heath Bell here.
Are they taking Heath out?
No, yeah, I think they are.
Go ahead. He will go to his bullpen and call on Mike Dunn and set up the lefty-lefty matchup.
All right, Mike.
Hey, he did his job. He did. He got. I mean, he got.
All right, Mike. Here's the deal, Mike.
He got 2 outs. He's fine. He did good.
My turn.
Now it's your turn.
You want some beef?
No thanks. Oh wait.
Oh man, he's got this.
1 out, Tim.
1 pitch. I feel like he's just gonna.
I think there's 2, right? There's 2 outs, right?
He needs 1 out though. Yep.
Dunn stares back at second. 3-2. Hayward watches ball forward. And now the tying men are on for Chipper Jones.
He seems like it's low.
Come on, Mike.
He walked Hayward, and now he's falling behind Chipper Jones, and it's low ball 4.
It's all right.
Back-to-back walks issued by Dunn.
Are you okay?
No.
Isn't that the worst feeling ever? It's like the worst feeling ever.
Come on, Mike.
So Freeman with the bases full of Braves teammates. Marlins 4, Atlanta 2 in the last of the 7th.
I don't like Freeman. He always turns into the pitch. Always.
And Freeman drives one toward right center.
Pop fly.
Over Cousins, makes the catch.
All right. See, you got out of it.
It took 3 batters to get there.
It's okay. Doesn't matter how you do it.
No one's. Look at Ozzy.
He's like,
he's with us.
Ozzy's like worse than us.
Ozzy is going to have a heart attack by the end of the season.
I know.
I think I'm going to have a heart attack by the end of the season.
Marlins up 4-2 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The closer, Steve Cishek, comes in.
Come on, Cishek.
Now 1 out, and a double play ball could end this game. Pitch, ground ball to the right side.
Don't play.
Up with it is Bonifacio to Reyes. 1 over to first, 2 in the ball game.
Yeah! That boy Shrek.
Yes. Yeah. Nice job. We'll take it. Yay. Good game.
For the win.
A terrific ball game for the Marlins.
That boy Shrek.
Scored 3 early, held on for dear life, and won it 4-2.
What, Donner?
Was he? But I do nothing absolutely today, Ruggs.
Get through. The close bond between the members of the Marlins bullpen was solidified recently
How did that happen?
when the time-honored tradition of a prank brought some much-needed levity.
How did that happen? That was a ground ball to short.
All right, so Webby, LeBlanc, and Cishek are upstairs playing video games, and first of all, Cishek is very scared about like ghosts.
The hotel is supposedly haunted, and you know, I don't know if they brought in paranormal crews or anything like that.
What's up with the stadium seating over here? Well, ghosts are known to haunt the floor, so we sit up here.
I mean, I've heard of people like seeing things, you know, hearing stuff walk around the room. I don't know, just a typical ghost story.
When we got back from the game today, I had room service clean my room. Okay. So I show up, and I'm like, okay, perfect time to start planting the seed.
Mike, when we first walked in, we had you know, adjoining rooms, so I walked in there and he said, hey, you know, check this out, like something crazy happened in my room.
I set all this up, made a head imprint with my hand on the pillow, threw my iPad down, which made an imprint on the bed. And I go, dude, look at my room.
There was like indentations, like someone literally was laying on their back in his bed. I mean, there's a mark on the pillow, there's a mark on like where like someone's butt would be on the bed.
No, this is the best part. He goes, there's like a butt imprint.
I was kind of like, that's, you know, that's weird. No, I didn't think that would be possible. I don't really believe in ghosts and stuff like that, but you know, I found it kind of, you know, strange.
In the middle of this, my closet is wood doors, which were open, and I was like, well, these were open when I left. He's like, oh, the maid probably closed it. And I go to move it, and right as I open it up, he goes, if someone jumped out of there right now, I would crap my pants. And I'm like, me and Wade are like, really? Like, that's exactly what we want to do.
But while Dunn and Hayes were planning their hijinks, Cishek was working on some deviousness of his own.
I thought it'd be a good idea to stay back a little bit and rearrange everything in his room again so it looked like a ghost had, you know, attacked a second time.
I kind of figured he was going back to set some stuff up and try to scare me, but he didn't know that it was all being turned around on him.
The most pleasant surprise of this season has been the emergence of Steve Cishek. The 26-year-old babyface side armor has established himself as the team's closer.
And to the bullpen for Steve Cishek.
One of the very positive notes we have this year is the way this kid went after his business.
Cishek saved it. The Marlins win the game.
I think he's gained a lot of respect from all of his teammates because he's very confident in who he is, and I think it shines through out on the field.
At the beginning of the year, my role was 6th inning on it. Obviously, things changed throughout the year.
Ozzie again asking him to get a 5-out save.
Pretty quiet, but I love adrenaline rush. So there's a lot of pressure on you, but at the same time, you know, you're amped up, you're ready to go. There's nothing like coming into a big ball game ahead by a couple runs and trying to hold it down for your team.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Cishek shuts the door.
We were expecting Hayes and Dunn to show up, but they have obligations, a.k.a. talking to their wife.
Man, he thinks he's calling his wife downstairs. He thinks I'm talking to my wife downstairs. Right. That's how come I haven't been at her up yet. So I'm gonna come up. So pretty much he's gonna walk into his own prank. Yes.
Is that done?
See that?
You knocking?
He's going to grab his pants.
You coming around? All right, funny guys. Did you turn that on?
No.
Don't lie to me.
Dude, I didn't turn that on. Is that music I hear?
I literally came in here.
Don't mess with me on that.
Look at my bed. The door was
That's
open.
seriously scaring the crap out of me right now.
This is BS.
And this too?
Yeah. You promised you didn't turn the light on over
I
here.
didn't touch anything. What?
Steve comes in, plays dumb, pretends to be scared. He's laughing hysterically inside, I'm sure.
You didn't turn the light on in the bathroom.
I didn't turn anything on.
This is BS.
The funny thing about it is when he pulled me over to the closet, the whole time I'm thinking, I don't remember ever messing with a closet.
Yeah, the door's shut. Same light.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't try to get me. Don't try to get me.
did you? Did you know this too? A little bit.
Did you see? Tell me you got his face.
Dude. Man, not only did they get your face, but this one got your face.
Yeah, come over.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't punch me.
I'm surprised I didn't either, to be honest with you. Yeah, it got me pretty good.
Jupiter, Florida in early August was not on Giancarlo Stanton's original itinerary. But on the road back from knee surgery, it's one step closer to his final destination.
What keeps me going is just wanting to be on the field. It's not fun sitting back and not being able to play.
You know what? If you go back and you look at the month of May when they took off, there's one guy that literally carried them, Stanton. Yep. This guy is huge in that lineup, and they've hit the skids ever since he's gone on the DL.
Yeah, good. How's it going? How you feeling? Good, yeah. Just,
Can you feel a difference?
Yeah, for sure.
Bend your knee up? I mean, your knee looks good. What we'll do is start some light jog by the end of the week as long as you feel good, using that Alter G so it takes part of your body weight off. Have you seen that yet?
Stanton's doing some running, on the treadmill down there.
Is that treadmill good for him, or you can put it on the pool?
Pool. The treadmill that he's on takes weight off his body. It's an anti-gravity treadmill, so it's like running in the pool.
He's our all-star. He's the one that carried us in the month of May. So without a doubt, we miss him, but we still have to play without him, and we can't really worry too much about when he's going to come back. We got to take care of business and then hold the fort until he does.
How frustrating has it been, just the team needing your production and your runs? You must be like dying inside.
It's tough to watch, man, especially, with nothing going right. And, it's not fun. You can't sit back a whole season and watch your team lose without making some type of change. So it'll be a whole new clubhouse when I get back.
Pretty good news here for Giancarlo Stanton as he continues his rehab. He's been taking batting practice, and he felt pretty good.
How many cuts did you get a BP? Normal amount? Mm-hmm. Good. How's your stroke?
It's all right. Yeah. It's not bad.
Now, if you hit dingers, it's not an issue, right? Because then you can trot as much as you want. So actually, let's work on your jogs.
Let's work on the jogs. All right.
All right. See you later.
It's crazy. There's a lot been going on since I've been out. I've sat out long enough, and I'm ready to get at it.
Stanton, I think he should be ready, hopefully, for a series in New York.
We've got 2 games for the price of 1 here today. A double dip, the Marlins, the Nationals.
When you're riding a hitting streak, a doubleheader means 2 things. Twice the opportunity, twice the pressure.
And the Marlins have runners on first and second with nobody out, with one of the hottest hitters in all of baseball coming to the plate.
He wanted to prove to the city of Miami and to the organization that he not only was worth what he got, but he was worth a lot more.
He shows bunt, gets it down third base side. Landon picks it up, no play to be made. The bases are loaded, a bunt single for Reyes, and a 21-game hitting streak, a career high.
Just having him now feeling comfortable playing the game the way it's supposed to be played, the way we know that he can play it, we're seeing the real guy.
We're ready for baseball, game 2 of our doubleheader.
Swinging a ground ball right side, under the glove of LaRoche, base hit.
22 games.
He'll tell you, 22 today, 23 tomorrow. It doesn't matter. He's having fun.
Up the middle, diving stop there. Bonifacio picks it up. And Bonifacio is hurt.
Only 3 weeks back from surgery on his left thumb, the man who coined the team's rally cry sees his comeback bid derailed.
As he made the dive, you can see him coming down
on that left thumb, that glove hand.
Oh, and they're looking at the spot where he had. That's the same thumb. Yep. Bonifacio's coming out of this ball game.
It's in the web and it got caught. Much like that. I'm hoping all you did was tug at it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it hurts right now. It hurts or you're scared.
Cishek trying to shut the door. And he does with a breaking ball. Ball game. The Marlins get a split, tempered by the injury to Bonifacio.
Never seen anything like this, man. And we were all feeling great in the ninth inning.
In pain right over the thumb, right where the ligament was attached. So we'll just figure out. Well, that's what we'll have to try to decide.
Every time we win a fucking game, there's bad news coming up. Every time we win a game, we got to send somebody down, making roster move, or somebody got hurt. I mean, just very tough.
Jose Reyes has not extended his hit streak. He's 0 for 1 with a fly ball out.
And we set this up at the beginning of the game that it would be a tough matchup.
Jose Reyes is giving Marlins fans something to cheer about.
1-0 pitch, lined into center field, base hit. And Reyes extends the streak, longest in the big leagues this year, 24 games.
And as he sustains his torrid hitting, he solidifies his standing as the new face of the franchise.
Reyes would be one of those guys, if you would think about a guy who potentially could assault the record with Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak.
And it's going to be a base hit.
25 straight for Jose Reyes.
Reyes would qualify as a guy who could at least make a run.
Do it. I want to see the face. All right, I'll play it back. It was just kind of a quick, like...
It was like if you were to scare an 80-year-old woman going to bingo. Like if you just, when she opened the door and you're standing there, that's what it would look like.
You gave the squirrely hands. The squirrely hands.
It was just a convulsing. It was not pretty, but very, very enjoyable.
And then, like, when he finally came to, he was just, I trusted you. How could you do this? I trusted you.
I trusted you.
I trusted you.
Hey, 2 positives. 1, you're gonna be on the show, and I'm gonna be on the show without my wife. Jackpot.
I have a message, what comes around goes around, and I'll have something up my sleeves.
Thank you.
Thank me for yours. Gosh, I hate you, man. It's television gold, man. I didn't want to play baseball anymore.
Want more? Go to SHO.com or download the Showtime app for iPhone, iPad, or Android to watch scenes from the franchise. Then join the franchise fan community on Facebook for all the latest news and updates.
Showtime Extreme. It's more of what you need. More action. And every weeknight at 10, the best of Showtime sports.
At his best, Paul Williams has displayed the skills of a star and earned 2 world titles. but his stardom has been tarnished by upset losses and a controversial victory. Now he has the burden of proof as well as expectation. Tavoris Cloud is an undefeated champion with expectations of his own. He's in search of recognition and big paydays. Tonight, Williams looks to regain his luster versus an opponent who comes off a stunning upset win, while Cloud seeks the path to fulfill his ambition against a veteran fighter in search of his own way to glory. It's Williams versus Ishida and Cloud versus Campillo, all fighting to prove who can live up to their expectations.
Like many towns in Texas, Corpus Christi, a coastal city in the southern part of the Lone Star State, has recorded its share of boxing history. Tonight, the 8th largest city in Texas plays host to 2 bouts with international implications. We take you inside the American Bank Center, where tonight a pair of American fighters will be challenged by top-notch foreign-born opposition. In our opening bout, unbeaten IBF light heavyweight champion Tavoris Cloud makes his 4th defense, risking his belt against a former world titleist, Spain's Gabriel Campillo. And in our main event, super welterweight Paul Williams, who not long ago was a mainstay in the pound-for-pound top 10, is faced with a must-win situation and taking on Japan's Nobuhiro Ishida. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson, and welcome to Corpus Christi, Texas, where it wasn't long ago that Paul Williams carried the label of the most avoided fighter in boxing. Well, a one-punch knockout loss and a highly disputed decision win have sent him back to the ranks of the mere mortal. Tonight, he looks to reestablish his status and his star appeal. It's very different for IBF light heavyweight champion Tavoris Cloud, who clearly is on an upswing. We already know Cloud is a big puncher with a fan-friendly style. Tonight, he's looking to take the next step towards becoming a star. Time to bring in my broadcast partners. First of all, Boxing Hall of Famer, International Boxing Hall of Famer, that is, Al Bernstein, and 5-time world champion Antonio Tarver. Antonio, we'll start with you. For years, you battled at 175. We know that Tavoris Cloud is one of the most talented fighters in the division, but can he become one of the biggest names?
Gus, I believe he can. You know, Tavoris Cloud has a fan-friendly style, very aggressive. Out of 23 wins, 19 by knockouts. That's what the fans want to see. But what he's missing is that defining fight with that big name. With me, it was Roy Jones Jr. I chased him for years. I finally got my shot. With him, there's a couple guys. Jean Pascal, big fan base in Canada. Bernard Hopkins, who's 47. Don't know how long he's going to be at it. And also Chad Dawson. Those 3 names will give him that defining fight that he needs to put himself atop a division. But until that happens, just keep winning, keep looking good, control what you can control within your control, and everything will fall into place.
Al, when you look at Paul Williams, and this may be a surprise given the status that he once had, 40 wins in his career, but when you look at what's happened to him recently, is he at a crossroads? Is this a crossroads fight?
Yeah, you made the point. It almost seems incongruous to talk about a crossroads fight for a man who is 40-2, a 2-time world champion, only 30 years of age. But in Paul Williams' case, the question is reasonable to state that way. for a couple of reasons. One, his recent performances, the knockout at the hands of Sergio Martinez, and also the poor performance in winning a questionable decision against Erislandy Lara. And one other component, the fact that over an 11-year career, Paul Williams, hell-bent for leather style, has probably produced more wear and tear on him than they would like to admit. So this fight with a very good fighter in Nobuhiro Ishida, Gus, becomes, if not a crossroads fight, a very important one.
All right, a lot of questions surrounding Paul Williams, and many of them will be answered this evening. We're set for our first fight of the night here in Corpus Christi, Texas, with IBF light heavyweight champion Tavoris Cloud risking his title and his perfect record against a former champion in Spain's Gabriel Campillo. The challenger, Gabriel Campillo, entering the ring.
Yeah, he's a former world champion who has made a change in his corner, and sometimes you could say, oh, that's a problem. No, it's a plus tonight, because he has working with him Pablo Sarmiento, who happens to train another pretty good left-hander from Spain. Oh, yeah, Sergio Martinez. He does pretty well. And so he's got a guy in his corner now that understands his style and is fine-tuning instead of changing something. And let me tell you, this is a former champion. He is a formidable fighter.
The champion, Tavoris Cloud, entering the ring. We talked to him yesterday during the fighter meeting. Here is one of the most focused and determined men that you will meet.
Hey, I believe that, Gus. And tonight the stage is set for him to have a big moment. But he cannot underestimate his opponent. Sometimes you can look at that glory, you can look at those other fighters and get distracted. He can't afford to do that tonight. He's in with a solid fighter. But the stage is set for him to look very good in a win tonight.
So that brings us to the numbers as we take a look at the tail of the tape. Cloud versus Campillo.
A couple of very important numbers here. Gabriel Campillo stands, he fights very tall, and he has the edge in height and reach. For him to be effective against what is terrific pressure from Tavoris Cloud, he's going to have to use both that height and reach and pot shot from the outside.
And the unified rules for tonight's fight.
Familiar to most folks, no standing 8, no 3 knockdown rule in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight. The fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round of this fight. And the fight would become official after 4 rounds if there's a clash of heads and they have to stop the fight, and then they would go to the scorecards after 4 rounds.
So we're ready for our first bout of the evening, the IBF Light Heavyweight Championship on the line. So let's go to the ring for the formal introductions from Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the American Bank Center here in Corpus Christi, Texas. As we have a big night of action coming your way, and it's all brought to you by Goose and Tudor Promotions in association with Corona and Showtime. This World Championship attraction is also presented in conjunction with Don King Productions and Samson Boxing and is sanctioned by the IBF President Darrell Peoples, Supervisor in Attendance David McCullough, along with the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. Introducing to you our 3 judges scoring from ringside. From Texas, Joel Elizondo. From Minnesota, Denny Nelson. And from Texas, David Robertson. Our third man of the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, Mark Nelson. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Light Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first, the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing red trunks with yellow trim, hailing from Madrid, Spain. He weighed in at a ready 173 1/2 pounds. His record stands at 21 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw, with 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked the IBF number 3 contender. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former WBA light heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Gabriel Chico Guapo Campillo. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the red corner, the defending world champion wearing tiger striped trunks. Hailing from Tallahassee, Florida, he weighed in at the light heavyweight limit of 175 pounds even. He is undefeated in his campaign with a record of 23 wins, no losses, 19 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight making the 4th defense of his title, please welcome the defending and undefeated IBF light heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Tavares Thunder Cloud. And now introducing our referee in charge, now to give instructions, Mark Nelson.
Back up. Gabriel Tavares, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. You know exactly what I expect for the IBF light heavyweight title. Give me a good, hard, clean fight and protect yourself at all times. Obey the bell. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
All right, we are ready. 12 rounds in the light heavyweight division for the IBF world title. And the challenger from Madrid, Spain, Gabriel Campillo. He said that Cloud is a very strong fighter, but doesn't have much technique, and he's not that fast. I will use fast movement and intelligence. Meanwhile, for the champion, defending his title for the 4th time, every fight I'm trying to get more fans and reach more people. He won't be able to hit me with a handful of rice.
That sounds like an Antonio Tarverism, doesn't it?
Round number 1. Cloud, normally a very fast starter.
One of the things to look for early, and already we see it, Campillo cannot stand right in front of Tavares Cloud. So already we see the circling motion that he's giving, and he's going to have to use that and use the angles during this fight.
And also you see him circling to the opposite way of what a normal southpaw, a natural southpaw would normally circle.
You're right.
I do that sometimes. Yeah. And what he's trying to do is set up a counter left hand over Cloud's right hand.
It's a great point.
Cloud has fought lefties twice early in his career. He went the distance with Reggie Strickland, 4 rounds in 2005, and he TKO'd Joey Hill in 3.
And that was a long time ago, and those were very novice left-handers. So we'll see how he handles a world-class lefty.
Campillo, 9-year pro, ranked number 3 in the IBF at 175 pounds. He's 2-1 in world championship fights. And an interesting road, Al, for Campillo to get here to Corpus Christi.
Oh, yeah. He's had, he was a former champion. He's had 2 very questionable, he's coming off 2 questionable decisions. A loss to Bebut Shumanov, who won back the title that he won, and then a draw to Karol Marat in a title eliminator. Both fights, he could easily have gotten a decision win. But he is a former champion. He beat Shumanov. Oh, my!
And dropped him! He set him up, and he dropped him with a straight right in the first round.
And that's the type of power that I was speaking about earlier that has these other light heavyweights kind of nervous about seeing Tavares Cloud.
Cloud closing in with 1 minute and 6 remaining. Campillo, can he hold on? Campillo, they stop it. They stop it.
They're calling a knockdown.
They're going to call it a knockdown.
Because he hit the ropes.
6, 7, 8. Ready? Yeah. Come here. Walk to me.
2 knockdowns in the first round.